Christmas, I'm going to be returning to a certain Cartoon Network show about crystal gems. I'll see you guys later.
Silly Alex, you can't return to a show that you never visited in the first place.
I'm dark side royalty. I'm far renowned in the underground, and you can't take that away from me. No, you can't take that from me.
What's up guys, Alex the Critic here, and this installment of the October Spook Fest is going to be filmed in my garage for reasons that you need not be concerned about. What you really need to focus on is that for this installment of the October Spook Fest, we're going to be covering an episode of Steven Universe, and if you don't know what that show is yet, then allow me to inform you. So, you see, Steven Universe is an animated series about this kid named, well, Steven. He's half human, half gem, and he has these extraterrestrial caretakers called the Crystal Gems who are trying to raise him to be a valiant hero. If you want to know more, just go watch the series. I seriously recommend it. It's lighthearted and fun, but also manages to take on a darker tone when it needs to. Steven Universe is one of those shows that are so entertaining to watch that you forget that it airs on the same channel that prioritizes crap like Teen Titans Go and Powerpuff Girls 2016. Those of you who have never seen the show before might be left wondering, hey, Alex, this show, it seems pretty kid-friendly. Which episode from it could possibly be scary enough for you to feature on the October Spook Fest? Well, concerned viewer, there are actually quite a few episodes of Steven Universe that legitimately manage to make your skin crawl. But for this installment of the October Spook Fest, I'm going to be focusing on the Season 1 episode, Rose's Room. So let's get things started. The episode starts with Steven attempting to finish his fourth straight can of green corn.
This is it, folks. Rookie sensation Steven Universe readies his last spoonful of Colonel's Classic Cream Corn. As the crowd waits with bated breath, one bite between him and destiny. And he's done it! He's eaten 4 cans of cream corn!
Oh, wait, it looks like Steven's stomach is contesting the call. Ooh, that's gross. Well, sorry, Beach City, but it looks like you're gonna have to wait another day until Steven breaks the all-time record. The Gems arrive after Steven's record-setting victory, and I don't know about y'all, but the only Colonel I ever trust works for KFC. Anyway, Steven wants to hang out with the Crystal Gems and play mini-golf, but they have important business to attend to, so they leave him behind for his own safety.
The only ones with a dangerous adventure to tackle.
And that was the day Steven decided to become a drug kingpin.
Oh yeah!
Man, I'd sure love to eat a bag of chips, maybe while I'm sipping on a can of beer. That was a Nostalgia Critic reference, guys. Am I cool yet? Steven spends all night playing through Pokebut, eventually getting all the way through to the secret ending by the next morning. The Gems arrive and interrupt his fun by bringing an ancient artifact that accidentally destroys his TV right before he can finish watching the secret ending.
I told you not to turn it on in the house! Chill out, P. It's not like anyone got hurt and Steven loved it. Steven?
That was the secret ending! Now we have to replay the final dungeon all over again!
Not to mention that you're gonna need a whole new TV to even play the damn game at this point. Annoyed that he never gets to do what he wants, Steven wishes for a place where he can have anything that he wants. The gem on his stomach starts going, unlocking the door to his mother's room right afterwards.
It's never about what I want to do, is it? Well, now I have a place where I'm going, and you can't come!
Little did Steven know that he was traveling back in time to the bloodiest conflict in American history. The Civil War.
So this is my mom's room? She must have liked clouds a lot.
Oh, Steven, you fucking moron. Those aren't clouds. They're obviously cotton candy. Get your shit together, man. Steven plays around in Rose's room, quickly finding out that he can have literally whatever he desires. After realizing that imaginary food isn't edible, though, he wishes to head outside and buy some donuts from his favorite donut shop. As soon as he gets there, however, things start to get a little weird.
How's my favorite fine foods franchise? So I'm thinking double chocolate cinnamon twist with sprinkles on the side. You know I like to dip. to Sadie and Lars. Is this like a joke or something?
Hello, Steven. What kind of donut would you like?
Oh my god, the machines have finally taken over! Every man for themselves!
Ow.
After executing the perfect moonwalk, Lars and Sadie seemingly disappear before Steven can catch up to them. As he walks around Beach City, which is mired in darkness, he catches up with Onion, who honestly doesn't act any differently than he did before, and hands him a donut. Steven continues exploring the abandoned town and runs into Frybo, the mascot of the Beach City Walk Fries restaurant. It's here where Steven finally comes around to the fact that his town isn't, well, real.
Oh, fry bits. Usually I'm all about the bits, but I'm feeling kind of spooked right now. You know what? I think I'm gonna go look around some more. See you later, Frybo!
I'd like to take a minute here to point out that two of the most underappreciated things about narrative storytelling are the use of background music and colors to create a really tense and uncomfortable environment. This episode excels at setting the right eerie mood, not just by playing broken, chaotic music in the background, but by also using a darker color scheme to make a cheery place like Beach City look and feel more like Silent Hill. Take note, animators, if you want to raise the hairs on the back of our necks, this is how you do it. Steven runs through his hometown until he meets up with Connie on the beach. Then shit really hits the fan as deformed copies of people he's close to start appearing out of nowhere before the ocean eventually swallows him up and spits him out at his father's car wash. Steven has a heartfelt conversation with his, quote, dad, where he realizes what he did wrong. But not before we get one last bit of legitimate creepiness.
Dad? Your advice is making less sense than usual.
Well, the important thing is family and friendship, honesty, values, and no one got arrested.
I'm still in the room! All of this, it's all a fakeroo!
I'm not gonna lie, I was legitimately freaked out the first time that I watched this episode. I did not expect the show to pull the rug out from under me and reveal that Steven was still stuck in Rose's room. Granted, I probably should have seen that coming, because if his dad were real, he would have been able to eat the donuts. But this episode did spook me, and I just have to give it credit for that. The fake beach city begins to disappear around Steven, who eventually finds his way out of his mother's room and into the real world. Then again, who's to say that he's really back in the real world? Food for thought. Steven apologizes to the Gems for being narrow-minded and selfish, but luckily the episode ends on a happy note, with everyone going out for a round of mini-golf. Because when I go through a traumatic experience where I found out that everything and everyone I ever cared about was a lie constructed by my brain to keep me away from reality, I find that a round of mini-golf makes all the pain go away. I kid. Rose's Room is a pretty damn good episode of Steven Universe, and a great example of how to properly set the atmosphere of your story. It manages to creep you out, not by throwing jump scares and gore, but by playing tricks on your mind. And as a sucker for psychological thrillers, I couldn't think of a scarier episode from this show. Well, except maybe for that one about the broken gems, but that's a story for another time. As always, I'm Critic, and join me next time as I tackle a series about a short, angry little man and his never-ending battle against the world.